Well, this is a classic trifle. Classic of classic. Oh, okay, it's not a classic trifle. We developed this last year for the Queen's Jubilee.
Queen tasted it?
Apparently they all enjoyed it very much.
Textbook. Oh, yeah, a bit of royal trifle. Why not?
OK, so on the bottom, we have a delicate jelly of strawberries. Setting this is quite critical because if it's not hard enough, it's too soft, the weight of the other ingredients on top are going to squash it down and it will start mixing up with the custard on top. There's also rose petals in there that have been frozen in liquid nitrogen. On top of that, we then got a saffron custard. Then on top of there, this layer is some very lightly whipped cream scented with orange flower water. And then on the top, we have crystallized rose petals. There's 2 different types of meringue. One of them is a strawberry-flavored scented one. These things that look like sweets are little nuggets of strawberry ice cream, frozen with liquid nitrogen. And then inside here, which you can't see, is an incredibly delicate shortbread biscuit, flavored with olive.
Of course. So excited.
This is definitely no ordinary trifle. It's quite magical.
The fun bit, your time to taste. So step forward, but before you taste, Heston's going to do something for you.
So just need to water the roses.
So he pours the liquid in and this smell of rose water comes out of the smoke and I was in heaven.
Can you smell?
Smells like rose water.
That's rose water. Now, if you look at this with that smell, you can see roses, you can smell roses. It really creates the context for this dish. We eat with all of our senses. Context is so important. OK, so let's get tasting. Amazing.
Biscuit's not overpowering at all.
Heston's trifle is unlike any other trifle I've ever had, surprise, surprise.
The strawberry layer at the bottom actually tastes less like strawberry, more like rose. Odd, but good.
The texture of the custard, absolutely magnificent.
That's really loose, the bottom layer.
There's also some kind of a biscuit in there as well. There's a textural crunch. I'm looking forward to knowing what these layers are all about. I'm in charge of the strawberry and rose compote. It's the bottom layer of that trifle, and it must be the right consistency to hold all the other components of the dish. So I need to get this right. I need 2.5 kilos of strawberries, hulled and quartered. Once that's done, I stir the strawberries through with some fructose, and already I can start to see the strawberries macerate. I can see the juices starting to come out of them, and the smell is incredible.
Hey, Kelty, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
We haven't properly introduced. How you doing, all right?
Nice to meet you.
Just about to mix the vodka and...
OK, so you've got the fructose in there.
Got the fructose in there, they're macerating.
Yeah, so the maceration before you cook helps draw out some more flavour. And then that little splash of vodka, what it does, it makes the whole thing a bit more volatile. Excellent. So you'll get more aroma. No drinking the vodka before you put the rose water in, because you might put too much in.
Just because there are 3 of us in a team doesn't make this an easy challenge. There are so many components in this recipe that we need to execute this properly. We have to push. Now that the biscuit's in the blast chiller, it's now time for me to make the saffron cream. With the saffron cream, it's a normal custard and it goes on top of your compote. So what you do basically is you make a reduction of saffron, and not just saffron, a hell lot of saffron.
Wow.
And mix it with spices, cardamom, coriander seeds, star anise. You boil it until the saffron flavor is extracted into the water, and then you cool it down, and you only use about 40 grams of that into the cream itself. So you're not overpowering the cream with saffron. Being a scientist, and this is how we are trained, to follow instructions properly. So it's engraved in our brains.
Where's your lab coat, mate?
I know I need a lab coat.
Yeah, where's your lab coat, Rishi?
So the crystallised rose petals will go on top of the trifle. I whisk together Arabic gum, a teaspoon of rose water and egg whites, and I coat that over the petals. So I can lightly dust it with caster sugar. It needs to be a very thin, very light coating, nothing too clumpy and heavy on there, or it won't crystallise.
Next, I need to start on my strawberry jellies that are on top of the trifle. Once my strawberry puree is reduced, I stir through 2.5 grams malic acid and 3 gelatine leaves. really important to add the gelatine to it so they hold their shape a lot better.
I've been looking forward to this. I get to play with liquid nitrogen. This is going to be awesome. The first thing I do, I need to get my pipette and slowly drop in my liquefied strawberry jelly. As I do that, plumes come out and I see the little discs form, and as they start to turn a white colour, they need to come out and they set. They look fantastic. That was cool.
There's two components in this recipe that need liquid nitrogen. One is make the strawberry frozen jellies. Second, you have to freeze some roses that's going to go into the compote as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the rose in liquid nitrogen, hold it over for 5 to 8 seconds for the nitrogen to dissipate.
3 cat and dog, 4 cat and dog, 5 cat and dog, 6 cat and dog, 7 cat.
And then crush them into the compote.
Okay, let's just do it.
Daniel's put the strawberry compote on the bottom of the trifle, and now we need to pipe our custard over the top. This is the moment that I've been dreading. If this compote isn't set enough, that custard is going to bleed into it and it's going to be an absolute disaster.
That's all right, Luke. There you go, you got it. Is it holding? Yeah, nice.
The compote's holding up. Thank goodness. This is a really good sign. I'm starting to be able to breathe again.
What's next?
The olive oil biscuit.
Careful, hands like a surgeon. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Don't push down, don't push down.
Guys, 1 minute to go. You've just got 1 minute.
We get our cream on the trifle. Kelton's then adding his jellies. We literally seconds to go.
Rose petals, rose petals, rose petals.
We have to do this as fast as possible.
10 seconds to go.
Go, go, get them all.
9,
Get some meringues
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Use your jellies.
2, 1. That's it. Time's up.
I'm really hoping that this compote has set properly. This is Heston dish and it has to be perfect.
Rishi, did you love it?
He's my hero. Cooking his dish, absolutely fantastic.
Have you guys won today?
I don't know. I mean, as we heard from these guys, it's coming down to the small little details into the dish, and that could be the game.
What do you reckon?
Looks like a pretty good definition there.
Yeah, it's well balanced. I mean, between cream custard and compote.
We've got to say it, the rose petals are not the prettiest.
No.
But the other elements look really good.
Shall we taste?
Okay, crunch time, yep.
Oh, it's firm, isn't it? It's firmer.
That's good.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. Yes. Certainly the compote's better.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That might not be enough, George.
No, Gary, we need to. you need to calm down just slightly.
Guys, I would say you nailed the compote. There's a brightness to it. Strawberry flavour comes through. The balance with the rose works very well. But the biscuit, it's got good texture to the biscuit.
Are you happy with those rose petals?
No, not really.
No.
Petals are a bit slightly clumsy. But I think you kind of nailed it.
I mean, can you believe that? He just said that we have nailed one of Heston's recipes.
Thanks, guys.
Well done, guys.
I mean, can you get any more praise than that? Nah.
That's nice.
What we want is a fine dining take on the roast. We want you to keep that sense of comfort, but we want you to MasterChef it.
I have fond memories of cooking roasts for my family.
That's really nice, Dad.
I'm really drawing inspiration from those memories for today's dish. The judges didn't want a classic roast, so this is going to be a tough challenge. I need to make sure that this dish looks like it's come out of a restaurant, but still has the essence of a roast chicken. So today I'm making a stuffed chicken roulade with macadamia and honey, a pumpkin puree, caramelised onions, pomme dauphine and a chicken jus. Doing a roulade allows me to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. It's a much more refined way of presenting the chicken. And it takes much less time to cook, so it gives me more time to focus on those side dishes and the sauce.
Make sure those gravies are beautiful, boys. That's the best bit.
The secret to a good sauce is to really get a lot of flavour in there, lots of caramelisation of the bones and the vegetables, and then just allow it to reduce over a long period of time to really intensify that flavour. You know, the thing that got me in trouble yesterday was obviously just trying to overthink things way too much.
You need to be realistic about what you can do in an hour. And remember, one thing done perfectly can see you at the top of the pile.
Yeah. I need to keep things simple, focus on 3 side elements done really well with the chicken, and that's what's going to get me through today. I've really got to start working on my 3 vegetable elements. I've decided to do a pumpkin puree, so I need to get that pumpkin into the oven and roast it up to get some flavour into it now. Roast pumpkin is a classic with any sort of roast dish, but turning it into a puree, I think, will give it a little bit more complexity.
It smells good already.
Now I need to start making the stuffing for this roulade. For the stuffing mixture, I've got the macadamias, which I chop up finely. I've cooked the shallots and I'm adding some thyme, but I want a little bit of sweetness in there as well, and I think honey and thyme will work really nicely. I want to make sure that I'm making good decisions that impresses the judges, and hopefully it keeps me in the competition. The stuffing for the roulad's looking good, the pumpkin's in the oven roasting away. I need to get these potatoes going. We have to feature potato as one of our sides, and I really want to do something a little bit different.
Matthew,
how's it going?
What are the bits we're going to be looking for? We go, oh, wow, Matthew, well done.
Well,
What a great
obviously,
job.
I think the pommes dauphine, if they're cooked well. Pomme? Yeah, I know. I rely on my daughter to teach me French at home.
That's all right. Made them before?
Yes. So it's mashed potato, choux pastry, a little bit of Kaiserfleisch in there.
Right. So crispy potatoes,
Yeah.
light, delicious, not eggy. I love them if they're done well. They're really delicious.
Yes.
And you don't want to go home, do you?
No. I'm really happy that the judges like my idea for the pomme dauphine, but that adds a lot of pressure. If my pomme dauphine don't meet their expectations, I'm going home. It's time to move on to that chicken roulade.
Matt, do you want to lay out a cling film?
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Obviously, while you're up there and I'm down here, mate.
Up here's for thinking, down there's for cooking.
Thanks, guys. I know I need to have that cooked well. I can't serve raw chicken to the judges, so it's important that I get it into the sous vide machine to cook straight away.
Matt, are you going to pan fry them at the end?
Yeah.
Yum, smells good.
I need to move on to the potato element of the dish. Gary and George are really excited about the idea of the pomme dauphine, so I really have to nail it. That means getting the ratio of potato to choux pastry just right.
So that's your choux pastry?
Choux pastry.
Put enough egg in?
I've got 3 eggs in there.
You know what I always look for when I'm making choux pastry? It's shiny in the fold, all right?
The choux pastry is important for this pomme dauphine just to help bind that potato together and allow it to fry well.
Yeah, so...
Too much choux pastry will make it too stodgy, but I'm a little bit concerned if I add too much potato, I know they're not going to hold together well when I fry them and they'll all fall apart. So I do a couple of test ones to make sure that the mixture's right.
Not quite right, is it?
I don't think he likes it. I need to figure out what the problem is. We have to feature potato as one of our sides. If I don't get this element right, the pomme dauphine is going to be a disaster.
Do you actually know what quantity of choux goes into the potato?
I think it should be about half-half.
Do you think?
I need to refine this choux and potato mix and do a few more tests. Hopefully I can save this.
Matthew seems to be going really well. He's really calm, he's really controlled, he's pacing himself, he doesn't seem frantic. I think he's doing really well.
I'm in a pretty good place right now. My pumpkin puree is done, I've caramelised some onion, my sauce tastes amazing, and the chicken's just about ready to come out of the sous vide. The only thing that's still troubling me are these pomme dauphine.
Oh, did you retest?
I haven't retested it yet.
Oh, come on, this is... You know what? If you don't get this potato right, this is a game changer. The potato has to be right.
The potato has to be on the plate, so I've got to get them right, otherwise it's a one-way ticket home, and I'm not going to let that happen. With 10 minutes to go, I take the roulades out of the sous vide machine. As always, time is ticking away faster than you would hope, but I think I'm on track. I've got to fry off my chicken, cook my Pommes Delphine, and just plate everything up, so nearly there. I think I've got this Pomme Delphine working. My chicken's looking good. I've just got to finish it off in the pan. I really want beautiful round circles of roulade. Presentation has been something that hasn't been a strength of mine in the past. I'm really happy with the way the roulade looks. The chicken's nice and moist, and the honey, macadamia and thyme stuffing looks beautiful through the middle. I'm really happy with this dish. The roulade looks golden and roasty, the pumpkin puree is delicious. I just hope I've got the balance of the Pomme Delphine right.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Great consistency across the board. I think he's done a fantastic job, and we were concerned about his plating up, and I think he's done a beautiful job. It's a beautiful plate of food. For me, it sings roast chicken.
Crispy things get me excited. Sauce gets me excited. It is a little small for me. It better be flavour plus. That's all I can say.
Well, let's find out.
Oi, is there any gravy left?
Matt Preston, roast chicken.
Better than roast chicken. Roast chicken you can eat with a spoon.
Yeah.
Genius.
That is absolutely smashing. The sauce is just wonderfully complex, super meaty. Chicken's cooked perfectly, and they're little Pomme Dauphine, but they're crispy, they're light, and they're very Moorish.
Huge amount of positives.
You know what, for me, I love those macadamia nuts. And they give you this lovely sort of squeaky crunch, and they're delicious.
How was the puree?
The puree's yum.
Fantastic.
And he roasted the pumpkin first and then pureed it. I think it just gives it that real intense sweetness and still reminds you of a roast chicken dinner.
Flynn reveals what looks to be a beef Wellington. But, this ain't no beef Wellington. It's a beet Wellington. Oh. It's a vegetarian version. How absolutely clever.
Vegetarian?
But with that cleverness, there's going to be a lot of complexity. It's going to be a lot harder than I thought.
Well, Flynn, that looks incredible. And I have to say, I've tasted this dish and it is deliciously mind-blowing. Get close, get close, get close. You need to. Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. It's amazing.
This dish you were preparing when you were on the cover of the New York Times, is that correct?
Yeah. A year ago or so, the beet Wellington was the big thing. Now it's evolved a little more, and this is the more refined version of that dish.
Talk us through it.
This is a beet Wellington. Inside is a beetroot cooked in smoked beet juice with mushroom duxelle around it and some beet grains, and then puff pastry. These are creamed beet grains wrapped in a blanched beet grain. This is a roulade made from smoked dates, shiitake mushrooms, and those have been tossed in some miso. And then this is the sauce, which is kind of taken a traditional bordelaise, but anywhere where you would add beef, you add beets instead.
Chloe, you've got this massive grin on your face.
Yeah, it makes me really happy. I could smell it before and it just looks beautiful. Yeah, I'm really excited.
I love beetroot. I use beetroot a lot. I can't wait to get started. Wow.
That beetroot has to be full of flavour and not diluted by water.
It melts in your mouth. It's so soft and tender. It's incredible.
I love beetroot.
There's a lot of finesse that goes into the little ball, and especially the roulade. Rich flavors, but having it to look like that perfect circle.
And even that sauce, look at that. It's just shiny and glistening and looks yum.
The sauce, it kind of plays a trick with your mind because it tastes meaty. It's so delicious.
For a vegetarian dish, it is actually hearty. The dish is really, really clever.
I have to first smoke 2 kilos of beetroot, which I'll then juice and use that liquid to pressure cook the beetroot centre.
Come on, Heather, you're doing really well. Keep it up.
I get the smoking chips in the oven so they get nice and hot. While that's happening, I can start peeling the beetroots for the smoked stock.
Heather, how are you?
I'm good. I'm going like sync today, so...
You've read the entire recipe?
No.
No? Okay.
Step by step.
It's a lot of reading. It's fine.
Step by step.
We'll leave you with it.
Thank you.
You peeling all right, Heather?
Yeah, peeling quick as I can. It's not easy, is it?
Your wood chips are almost done. You've got like 20 seconds on it.
Once the smoking saucepan has been in the oven for about 5 minutes, we then need to light it all on fire.
Good work, Chloe.
And place the steamer basket with the beetroot into the saucepan over a low heat.
Really nice work, Chloe.
I really love smoking food. I'm a big fan of it. It introduces this really deep, bold flavour to any dish.
Smells wonderful.
Smells good, Heather.
Come on, girls, you've got this. Come on, keep going.
Okay. Once the beets have been smoked for a few minutes, I get my smoked beetroot through the juicer.
Looks good, Heather.
I'm so excited to be making puff pastry today. I'm carrying a photo of my grandma. It's just so ironic because Grandma always made pastries from scratch and she's been a massive inspiration to me growing up.
The pastry looks good. I can see the butter is marbled through it.
That looks unreal, Heather. Keep it up.
Heather's working really, really well. She's probably at the front of the pack at the moment.
I've been working for more than an hour, feeling really good. Next thing I need to do is move on to my bordelaise sauce. The first thing I need to do is get some beetroots and onions ready for charring. That's going to be infused into the water that I'm then going to use for the base of my bordelaise sauce.
I think I'm going well. I feel like I'm working as quickly as I can, but I'm also paying attention to, you know, some of those finer details.
I need to get those charred beetroots and onions into a saucepan and boil that water, and that takes some time, so I need to get that going straight away.
Good job, Heather.
To get that really charry flavour throughout the water, the beetroots and onions are going to have to be pretty much black.
Heather, get 2 guns.
I get a second blowtorch to speed things up.
Woo! Go, Heather.
I'm starting to feel like Lara Croft or something, blowtorching these beetroot.
Nowhere else would you be doing this, seriously.
You've got to be as quick as you can in these things.
Once I've charred the beetroot and onions, I get them into a pot of boiling water and I have to reduce that for about 10 minutes.
Good job, Teresa.
The second step in making my bordelaise sauce, I get a pan with some butter, beetroot, carrot, and shallots and caramelize them in the pan.
Your soy and red wine.
I add tomato paste before deglazing with the soy, red wine, and honey.
So far I've got everything correct, but I really need to get further ahead.
I then have to add the charred beetroot water, which has been reducing for 10 minutes.
Strain the charred beetroots and onion, reserving the charred beetroot water.
The recipe says that I have to have at least 500 mils of the charred beetroot water to add my 20 leaves of gelatin to.
That's a lot of gelatin.
Into your sauce?
20 leaves, yeah.
The gelatin's gonna thicken up the sauce and make it beautiful and glossy, just like Flynn's was.
Smells amazing, Heather. Nice pace. Keep it up.
I'm feeling so good about this cook today. My bordelaise sauce is reducing and my beetroot centre has been in the pressure cooker for an hour. It's time to start on my beet Wellington assembly.
How long does the Wellington need to cook?
25 minutes. You need to get it in now.
Right. The beet Wellington is the hero of this dish, so it has to be my next priority.
You know why we're coming over, don't you? So we can have a sticky beak at your beetroot. Are you going to test it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We think.
Yeah.
Took the rest.
Great job.
I'm so excited that the beetroot's cooked. Now I need to get it cooled down before I can start the assembly.
I get my beetroot leaves and I lay that out. I spread over my mushroom duxelle. The beetroot center has cooled down enough, so now I can actually wrap it in the pastry.
Go, 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 go.
Come on.
Once I wrap it up in pastry, I have to bake it for 25 minutes. And once it's nice and golden, I'm gonna cut out a perfect piece for plating.
Come on, Teresa.
Faster.
I know. I'm a bit uncoordinated.
It's really important for my pastry to be the right thickness. I know that Flynn's was quite thick, so I roll mine out to how thick his calls for.
On, Chloe, seal it off, put it in the oven.
Yes, Matt.
Make sure you seal it, seal it. Remember, it's the steam inside that's going to make it delicious. Good girl, come on, motor.
I'm pretty proud of my dish. I really hope that they enjoy the tastes and flavours I've recreated. I care a lot, and I think that shows, so I'm hoping they can see that in the dish as well.
Heather, happy with what you've done?
I'm really happy. I had so much fun doing that. I pushed myself and I worked fast and, yeah, proved something to myself today, I think.
Flynn, what do you reckon about the look of Heather's dish?
It looks really good. Beet looks cooked perfectly. There's a good amount of mushrooms around it.
Thank you.
Well, Heather, we'll find out how it tastes. You can leave now.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Taste the smoke on the date, which just makes the dish for me.
Yeah. She really nailed the sauce, which is such a big part of the dish. The seasoning's right on it. It's got a really good depth of flavor and pretty delicious.
Yeah. For me, it's not about the Wellington. My focus, my attention is drawn to all the other elements of the sauce, which is wonderful kind of sweet balance. Love the smoke on the date. And there's some crispness there too around the outside where she pan-fried that cylinder of date mushroom, which is just absolutely wonderful.
I think that little ball of beet leaves is going to be an afterthought, you know, and I think never again will I leave the beet leaves in the crisper drawer for later. That was such a big hit of richness of such a small ball. It is brilliant.
We've got a gingerbread, a liquid salted caramel centre, a chocolate tart shell.
Jock's sweet tart is so delicious. It is such a textural sensation in the mouth. You've got this beautiful, fluffy, light cake at the bottom, bitter, salty caramel, beautifully snappy chocolate shell. I did not want to do that sweet one, but I'm actually quite excited.
So we're tempering chocolate?
Yeah. All right, my little sweeties. Good couple of pressure points for you all. The caramel in the middle is taken right to the edge. It needs the bitterness to balance the sweetness of the tart. Obviously, tempering the chocolate tart itself is a real pressure point. If you don't temper that chocolate properly, it will not come off the mold.
The first thing I do making Jock's sweet tart is to crack on with my caramel.
Well done, Maya.
Jock's caramel centre was really well balanced. It was sweet, but it was also bitter and balanced really well with that salt. I need to get that sugar and water to the right temperature. Then incorporate the cream and stir that quickly to get the correct consistency and caramelisation.
That's it. Whisk, whisk, whisk.
There's a lot of elements to go. Just trying to get things going as quickly as possible.
For my sweet tart, I can see Maya's ahead. Maya's already got her caramel centre in the mould, but I really want to take my time to make sure that I nail this caramel. Jock's told us that we need to get this just right. I haven't done a dessert yet in this kitchen.
Remember what I said about the caramel?
To really take it to the edge.
It's a pressure point.
Yep, yep.
All right.
Thank
Good luck.
you. I'm going to get that caramel nice and dark.
Good job, Keshwa.
Great, Kesh, great.
Look at that burnt caramel.
That colour is insane.
Mate, she took it to the
Yeah.
bitter edge.
Good job, Maya.
My caramel is in the blast chiller. Get onto my gingerbread cake. It's for my crumb on top and for the bottom of my tart shell.
Yes, hope this is right.
You're doing really well.
Just combining the right elements and just getting that cake into the tin and into the oven as quick as possible, because the next step is my chocolate tart shell. And the tempered chocolate I am definitely afraid of.
Nice, Maya. Good job.
Today's pressure test is the hardest cook of the competition so far. I've got my gingerbread cake in the oven and now it's time to move on to tempering that chocolate for the chocolate tart shell.
Maya,
Hey.
where are we at?
The caramel chocolate tart shell
Okay. I will say that this next step
is going to be
is
hard.
the biggest pressure point.
All right. Appreciate the heads up.
I'm super determined today to show the judges that I can cook outside of my comfort zone. I just need to push myself and just following that recipe.
I'm just hoping I'm tempering this chocolate correctly and that it turns out and it's a nice tart shell at the end.
My tempered chocolate's actually looking quite nice and glossy. So I pour it into the 3 prepared tart tins. Kind of even coat around the tin, but I have to make sure that it's not too thin, because if it's too thin, it won't be able to get out. And if it does come out, it will just immediately shatter.
Fast, yeah?
Hey, you've got this.
Push. It's gonna be very close.
Good job, Eric. Good job.
I've got most of my elements done for my sweet tart. I've got the gingerbread cake and the crumb resting away, and I've got the caramel chilling. I'm feeling pretty good for time, but now I'm onto the crucial moment of my cook. I have to get those chocolate tart shells out of their molds.
All right, listen up, anyone that's cooking the sweet tart. When you bring the tempered chocolate tarts out of the fridge, the longer they're out the fridge, the harder they're going to be to get out the tin.
Okay.
So as soon as you get them out the fridge, get them out the tin.
I'm so nervous. This is make or break. Oh my God.
Okay, calm down, Eric.
If I don't get these out, then I do not have a foundation. I don't have a tart. That could very potentially send me home.
Eric, nice and steady.
Gentle, gently lift it out. Those are the words.
You got this, Eric.
Calm down.
I'm worried I'm gonna...
Lift it out of the mold, gently. Oh, yes! Yes, I can! Oh, I can Oh my God!
Be gentle with
I've got a good one. Yeah!
I'm over the moon. It's a beautifully glossy, thin shell. Now all that's left to do is to get everything prepped to plate up in front of the judges.
Well done.
I'm so proud of what I've been able to do today.
Eric.
Yes.
It looks good, mate.
Thank you. I'm happy with what I've done today, and I'm bemused, bewildered, elated. I just so many emotions, but above all, I'm proud of myself.
Perfect answer. Get out of here and we'll taste. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
I think it looks great.
So impressive.
Hello.
Caramel. Thank you.
Thank you. I got to commend Eric. Let's start with the shell. He was the only person out of all 4 of the guys that did the sweet tart shell to get it out of the shell.
The chocolate tart case is beautifully thin, crisp, tempered nicely.
Another highlight for me, the amount of bitterness that he's got in his caramel and the amount of salt, which breaks through everything.
Even just to look at that, I mean, you know, I would give that a 9 out of 10 for the way it looked.
Yeah.
Pork Wellington with lettuce crackling and flavors of banh mi.
Whoa.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Oh my God. Lettuce crackling, mate. Oh.
It just looks like a piece of art. Getting pork crackling right, I'm definitely worried immediately.
That looks unreal. But this thing is all about what's on the inside.
Crackling.
Oh, the sound.
He's gonna need a chainsaw or something. Hear that?
Oh. And here we go.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to look at this thing and absorb how many layers there are. Basic Wellington is insanely complex. Pork Wellington crossed with Vietnamese flavours, a whole new level.
First step of the recipe is to prepare the pork loin.
Beautiful.
There is a lot that rides on this pork loin because it's the centremost part of this beautiful pork Wellington.
You're doing well, Pindo.
After halving my pork loin lengthwise, I start to sear it on the hot pan. Just want to get it in the fridge as soon as possible.
Mine's up the top, Maya.
Go, Pindo.
The next step is to start with the chicken liver pate when Khan cut through his loaf and he showed us a pate. The pate was very simple in terms of its flavour, but it was really nice and thin.
I'm frying off the chicken livers and the onion, garlic, the Shassing wine, as well as the fish sauce. That's reducing really slowly.
I have to lightly sear them on both sides and then I transfer it to the mixing jar. I start to blitz them with the onion and the garlic mixture. It's looking really nice. The colour is that really dark purple. It looks amazing.
Looks awfully good.
Did you say awful?
Yeah.
I am so stoked to see these ingredients, especially during a pressure test. You know, I've got a little, skip in my step and I can't hide it.
How is it, Tommy?
Turned out pretty well.
Okay, good.
My pate's done. Next step, I've got to roll out this pate log, put it on into the cling wrap and roll it up, just nice and tightly into the perfect shape.
Just pretend it's a rice paper roll.
Okay, I will, man. Thanks, Tom.
There you go.
That looks good, Tommy.
I've got my pate roll chilling in the blast chiller. It's time to work on the pork skin lattice. Khan's pork skin lattice looked absolutely amazing. It's like the best thing I've ever seen.
Crackling. Hear that?
Oh. I can't believe that was like crackling.
Depinder, just take your time with it, okay? You don't want to damage the skin.
I'm actually really nervous because I want my lattice to look like Khan's lattice. I have to make sure that the actual skin is really nice and thin. All the fat has been trimmed off, and I need to be able to make those cuts on the lattice really precisely so it actually looks like.
You're looking good, Pindo.
I'm cutting this pork skin and I've got to make sure that the layers are kind of perfect and they kind of spread out like a nice lattice.
Yes, Tommy, looks good.
The lattice today has to be cut so precisely and so consistently so that it opens up and it cooks well. Get that crackling nice and crispy.
Tommy, look at that.
That's sick.
Sexy.
Sick. That's awesome.
Done. See you later, pork skin.
To assemble my pork Wellington, on top of some plastic wrap, I lay down prosciutto.
Let's go, Tommy.
I then lay my Cholula slices over the prosciutto and place the pork loin on the bottom edge of the Cholula.
1 hour to go and we need to get these pork Wellingtons in the oven, like now.
Beautiful, Tommy.
I put my pate log on top of the meatball mixture and I need to cover it with more meatball mixture.
Nice, Tommy. Just keep pushing hard, Pindo. You're doing a great job.
I'm rolling my mixture together and this is really important. I need to roll it, keep it all nice and tight so that my pork Wellington has its shape.
7 minutes, Tommy. Come on. 7 minutes.
Depinder, you're killing it. Make it tight, Depinder. Beautiful. Come on, quickly push, Tommy.
Yep. I'm rolling out my pastry and I'm just trying to get that perfect kind of thickness so that it's not too thick while it cooks.
Good work, Tommy.
Make sure it's sealed.
Next step is I need to get that pork skin lattice on so that I can kind of bake it together.
Come on, Tommy. Get it in the oven. Hustle. Work!
Go, Tommy! Let's go, mate! In the oven. Well done, buddy.
Come on, Tommy. Tommy, yeah!
Good luck, Pete.
Thank you. My elements are all complete. I now have 15 minutes to finish the dish and plate up. I place my Wellington on a wire rack and ladle the oil over to get that crackling nicely bubbled. Khan's lattice had a perfectly even bubble. I just need to make sure it's crispy all over and make it perfect. If it doesn't look perfect, that's the big presentation point of the dish. I am a perfectionist and I tried my absolute best to make it as close to Khan's.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Whether it is or not, I'm not sure, but I'm comfortable with the effort that I put in. Sorry, Mel.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
Is that a good oh my God?
The placement of it is strange, but I'm happy with the cook on the pork. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
That looks really good.
Dude.
I'm so happy. I'm like shaking. Khan, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Pete, thank you, mate.
Thanks so much, guys.
Well done.
Crispy crackling, beautiful banh mi flavoured pastry, because as it cooks, it just kind of permeates all the way through that. The layers were absolutely perfect until you got to the loin. That last stir, because it's closer to the top of the Wellington, just a touch overcooked, but, you know, we're splitting hairs, really.
The pork loin, if it was just turned so the fat is at the top, it would be perfect. I think if I closed my eyes and ate this, it would be, it's so close to my version.
Go Pete. I mean,
Go
that's...
Pete.
Go Pete.
Go Pete.
That was absolutely fantastic. It looked really beautiful. The short crust pastry was delicious. It has that gorgeous tender texture on the inside. Salad, I think that he did a really good job in terms of presentation.
He's done an incredible job.
Now, this is a complex chicken recipe. Go ahead and grab your chicken, bring it up and put it on your cutting board. Now, of course, we're going to take the legs off, we're going to take the wings off, and we're going to keep the crown intact. So go ahead and take your first chicken wing, lift it up like this, and cut straight through the wing. Find the joint.
Curtis is moving so quickly. I did not expect him to be this fast.
Put your wing on your tray. Do the same with the other wing. I'm going to go nice and slow. I don't want anyone to cut themselves.
It's going to be so difficult trying to keep up, but I'm really focused today. This prize is so worth cooking for.
Next, we come down to the drumsticks. Find that gap between the leg and the breast. Go ahead, turn your bird over.
Good job.
Now, what we have to do here is keep the oyster attached to the leg. All right, so don't cut through the oyster because we're going to confit it.
The challenge has just begun and I feel like I'm already 2 steps behind. I know how to break down a chicken, but I'm looking at Curtis and I'm looking at my chicken and I'm struggling to keep up. If I don't win this immunity, I'll be going into a double elimination.
I am a shocker at following instructions. I just confuse myself half the time. So I need to really follow Curtis to a T.
Next, what we're going to do, while we've got the chicken turned over,
but he was motoring through the butchery.
we're going to remove a piece of skin from the back here because we're going to make some crispy skin. Don't be fooled by the paste because it's going to pick up, you guys, so pay attention.
Oh, God.
Come on, guys, double immunity on the line. Let's go. Keep moving. Come on. Go, Kishi.
Now what we have is the crown, and what I want you to do is just separate the skin and the breast on both sides, creating a nice big pocket. We're going to stuff it with a flavoured butter. A little thyme, a little rosemary, and a little sage. Push this butter down a couple of times and just buzz it.
I'm in a really good place at the moment. I'm in unison with Curtis.
We're going to put the butter underneath the skin. The reason we're doing it is we want a beautiful, moist chicken when it cooks. You just force it down nice and gently.
Nice, Beans. I know how to do this compound butter. This is how I normally do roast chicken at home.
Yeah. So now we have 2 drumsticks, we have 2 wings, and we have 2 thighs. All very simple. Next, I want you to identify the oyster, right? So this is that very tender, delicious dark meat of the chicken that we all love so much. Cut that oyster away from the rest of the thigh because we're going to confit it.
We need to be really careful to remove those because they're going to be confit later on.
That chicken thigh, open it up, right? Both of them.
Curtis is onto the chicken thigh Ballantine.
Roll it over like that and put sage leaf underneath the skin.
Nice, Sabina.
Place your chicken thigh straight over the string.
3 sage leaves.
Put sage under the skin.
Yep. Curtis is moving so fast. Got it.
The reason that you truss or tie a chicken thigh like this is to get a beautiful, even cook. Put them into a nice hot pan. And now it's time to deal with the chicken skin.
Every time I get something done, Curtis is onto the next thing.
Put yourself a piece of parchment down and then lay out your chicken skin nice and flat, just like this.
You can do this, Kish.
Yep, got it. I really, really need to catch up.
I'm really far behind on ballantining my chicken.
This now joins your crown in the oven.
I'm trying to listen, I'm trying to absorb everything.
And now it's time to cut some veg to add to your stock.
I wish there was a pause button on a remote for the TV to stop Curtis because he's going way too fast.
Are you keeping up with me? Can't hear you. Are you keeping up with me, guys?
Yes. Apparently they want you to go faster.
Oh, come on, Jock. Mate.
You want me to go faster? Okay, no problems.
Come on, guys. $10,000 up for grabs. And, of course, double immunity. Let's go. Come on.
Come on. Keep going.
1 carrot. Throw that in.
Come on, guys. This is where you catch up. It's really basic.
Time to catch up, guys.
I've got some celery, some onion, and some garlic. Add that to your stock.
You're looking good, Beans. Come on.
All right, we're going to make potato fondants, you guys. Get yourself a couple of nice, big, beautiful potatoes, 3 to 4 centimetres in length.
3 to 4 centimetres thickness.
What I want you to do next is find a cutter, this kind of size.
Cut that in half.
Yep. And then get the molds.
Like that. Yeah?
Jock, I hope you're not helping them too much
Absolutely
over there. There is
not.
10 grand on the line,
As
buddy.
if I would. Come on, guys. Keep moving.
Come on, you're looking good.
It's so tense today. Curtis is moving at such a fast pace. I don't know how the guys are keeping up.
Careful of the blade, Linda.
Linda's falling behind. I'm a little bit worried for her, but she's such a weapon of a cook. I know that she'll get this done.
Oh my God.
You all right, Linda?
I'm just trying to push it out.
That's it. Perfect.
Thank you.
That's it. Do the same with the other one, yeah?
Thank you.
We're going to fry our wings and our drumsticks. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm measuring mine perfectly. And then you get a little salt. Take your drumsticks and your wings and toss them.
2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt.
Very, very simple recipe, but wow, is it good. This chicken comes out so, so crispy.
Come on, guys. Curtis has got his chicken in the fryer now, yeah? Your chicken should be in the fryer. Yes?
Yes, Chef.
Yes, Chef.
Come on, Tommy.
Let's go, Linda.
All these different parts of the chicken are going to be cooked completely differently, so I need to focus.
If you guys aren't sweating like crazy right now, you have no chance of winning. So come on, guys.
I used to cook barbecue chickens at Coles every day when I was 15. Now I'm in MasterChef and cooking the ultimate roast chicken with Curtis Stone.
Once you've got beautiful caramelization over those chicken thighs, it's time to go into the oven. You're going to bring the whole pan down to the oven with you.
Look at what he's doing.
Let the chicken thighs join that crown as it roasts. Grab yourself a clean knife. You should be working off a clean board. Pick up your mushrooms. Some of these beautiful varieties of mushrooms.
Curtis is moving on to his mushroom sauce.
We're going to cut them.
Just finish caramelising and get in the oven straight away, yeah?
Curtis has put his thighs in the oven, but I haven't put mine in there yet.
Beans, your thighs need to go in the oven.
Huh?
Get them in the oven.
Put the thighs in the oven.
Yeah, I'll just double check. Instinct is so important in a challenge like this because you don't have time to copy and mimic everything.
Beans, put the thighs in the oven. Thighs in the oven.
Yeah, I need them to caramelise. My thighs aren't caramelised, so they need to keep going.
Your thighs, chicken thighs.
Yes, guys. The gantry's yelling at me. Yeah. I love them all, but I've got $10,000 on the line and double immunity. I need to do what I want to do. Yeah, they're not ready yet. So everyone else needs to zip it. Guys, I got it. Come on.
This is it, guys. Remove the breast from the crown, straight through.
Get your knife out, get the crown on your board. Right now, let's go.
1, 2, 3 slices of chicken.
Come on, Beans.
Let's go, Kishi. All right, come on. Tommy, get that crown on the board, mate.
Then I want you to take the ballantine or the leg, place that onto your plate.
Nice beans.
Yum.
Did the chives go in here, right?
Yes, quickly.
Pick up your gorgeous golden brown fondant.
You've only got 10 seconds after he's finished. Come on.
Come on, Linda.
I honestly cannot process what I'm doing right now.
Oh, God.
I have no time to be really delicate with my butchery.
Keep moving, Linda. That's it, Kish. Gonna have to hurry up, guys.
Place the oyster over your fondant.
Tommy, what are you doing?
I'm taking the breast off.
Just from the top.
On the plate, now, 3 pieces. Come on, guys, keep moving.
I'm just trying to follow Curtis. I'm trying to do it the best I can.
And place your crispy drumstick and wing over here on your plate.
Oh gosh, Linda, watch the screen.
I'm just throwing anything I can onto the plate right now.
Keep your eye on the screen, guys. Keep your eye on the screen.
Place some of those mushrooms into the pan. 1 more spoon of mushrooms on top. There it is. My ultimate roast chicken.
Beans, chives on top of the fondant.
Kish, the oyster.
Where is the oyster?
The oyster goes on the potato.
Guys, you have 10 seconds from now. I am done.
10. Come on, Linda. 9.
Get your skin on.
8.
Skin.
7.
Come on.
Chives on the balance.
6.
Bina, you get your wing.
5. Skin. Come on.
4. The fried chicken.
3.
Fried chicken.
2.
Fried chicken, Linda.
1.
That's it.
Sabina, that was an intense cook.
Yeah, that was very intense. Not very often that you get to cook a roast chook with a spunk like Curtis.
I'm gonna just send him a quick text message.
Okay, let's talk about the plate. You have everything on here, it looks. And you seem to keep up for most of the cook.
Yeah, I was definitely stretched, but I definitely thought I could keep up with Curtis. I used to work in Coles Delis. I used to barbecue a lot of chickens. Maybe that's my calling, a roast chook.
So first immunity cook, and just like Tommy and Justin, you're hoping that you might sweep on in and claim the prize. Do you think you've done it today?
I really hope I've done it. I've done all that I could. I'm really happy with what I've got, yeah.
For all of the barbecued chooks that you've barbecued in the past, I think you've done extremely well. Chicken was succulent, nicely seasoned. The breast was super juicy. The compound butter herbs that gave it a lovely perfume. The thigh, ballotine. You know your way around cooking a chook, and every single part was beautifully done.
Sabina, your oyster, chicken oyster, is perfect, perfectly comfy. The mushroom sauce, really nice amount of sauce in the pan. The consistency, just as Curtis mentioned, he wanted it to coat the back of a spoon, as it does. The mushrooms themselves are beautifully cooked, perfect. The potato, however, you're a little bit off. Caramelization on the pomme fondant is very blonde.
Yep.
The rest of it is really, really good. There's a couple of instinctual things which I've got to commend you on, because there are a few times where I heard either Elise, myself, or Justin or Pete say, you know, get onto this, get onto this. And one definitely was the caramelisation on the thigh. You know, you dug your heels in about how much you wanted to get caramelisation around all of the sides of the thigh until you put it in the oven. And that was well after Curtis had put his in the oven. And look at that, like that's golden, like goodness right there. So well done on that. Everything is done really well on my plate. That is very, very, very close to what Curtis's would have tasted like, in my opinion.
Now, I'm going to show you one of my favourite drinks. I love skiing, and one of the best things you can have in a cold, up a cold mountain is a hot chocolate. But this hot chocolate is a Black Forest Gatto hot chocolate. So a few years ago, I did a whole show on Black Forest Gatto. Went to Germany, Baden. Oh, hello.
I heard Black Forest Gatto, so I thought, and I could smell chocolate, so I'm coming in. Carry on, good man.
Two most important things, Black Forest Gatto. It's chocolate, it's cherries, it's kirsch, it's cream. So what we're going to do, first off, in here, I made a ganache. I've used two different types of chocolate. One's got slightly citrusy notes. The other chocolate has got red fruit notes to it. Slightly plummy. And with the ganache, melt the chocolate, bring the milk up to a simmer, pour the milk onto the chocolate, and you end up with this ganache that is so, so creamy. We've also added some orange zest, some lime zest, a bit of grapefruit zest. We've added a little bit of coffee for the bitter notes. And then we've added some cherry sauce. So we've done that, we've infused that mixture, and that is basically our hot chocolate base. And on top of that, we're going to have a cream. For the cream, actually, Gaz, can I?
Yeah. So you've got a specific white chocolate here?
Yes.
And just mix the whole thing?
Yeah, three-thirds. Once that's incorporated, Gaz, can you add some cream?
Yep.
Just some whipping cream. And once the cream's in, I'm going to add kirsch. Do you guys know what kirsch? You've tasted or smelled kirsch before?
Jamie is the barman, so I'm sure he knows what kirsch is. But for the rest of you, kirsch is a cherry brandy. Cream all at once?
Cream all at once, yep. For me, the smell of the Black Forest is kirsch. Absolutely kirsch. Amelia, once you smelt that, can you come over and just chuck that in that bain-marie, please? And then finally, a bit of truffle oil.
Okay.
So we just put and then pop that into a siphon, and we'll keep that warm. That's going to be a warm white chocolate, kirsch, and white truffle mousse to sit on top of the hot chocolate.
OK, Heston, I'll change the siphon while you get on with the cloud element.
In here, I have a mix of water that I've dissolved cocoa nibs and just left it for a few hours. Dissolve that and then added to that some more kirsch and some chocolate liqueur. So this is going to form a cloud. It'll be a cloud of kirsch, believe it or not, that sits on top of the chocolate, the white chocolate mousse. So making the cloud with one of these, it's a very special piece of kit called a cloud pourer. It's a beaker. The lid there's a little basket underneath. So I'm popping into this little basket pieces of dry ice. Dry ice in there, pop that onto the lid, and then into this beaker pour the water, kirsch, nib cocoa, and chocolate liqueur mix. So what should happen when you do this?
Oh my God.
There, you've got that smell. Oops.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh my God. See you later. What that is, it's just like boom. You know, there's chocolate, there's cherry, there's. You know, that was fantastic.
So pour the chocolate into the. And just putting it all together now. Okay, so now.
It's like making an Irish coffee, Heston.
I know, I'm concentrating very hard. Then squeeze the foam in. That's it. Then, on top of that, I'll just take a little bit of chocolate shavings. OK, so we've got the chocolate ganache infused with the quiche and the zest and the coffee, all served with a quiche cloud.
And we'll serve that with a shortbread biscuit on the side.
OK, so what I'll do, I'll come around this side. Do you want to take this? I shall pour and then go back and sit down. So hold the glass, that's it, now we'll pour the cloud on and then just sip through it. There you go.
That glass. I'm gonna sip this.
So now sip.
That's freaking incredible.
Do you want to pass it on?
Come on, let's get moving because we've got to get them on.
A whole turkey on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving takes an entire day. So because we're doing it on the crown, we need at least 2 hours to get this turkey cooked.
Forget everything else, turkey stuffing now.
What else do you want me to chuck in with these crumbs? I want basil. We definitely need basil. Just full of flavour, we need sumac.
I've got sumac.
Yeah, just do it, please.
We know about flavours and the stuffing's going to bring beautiful flavours to the turkey.
Push it. It's really got to be pushed in hard.
Yeah, that's pretty
Middle
pushed.
Eastern push. Come on.
Nolene's telling me, push it in, and I can't push any more in, and she still wants more in. I'm so not listening now. We shove it straight into the oven and get on to the rest.
Get her in.
Okay. One down.
Come on.
Today I'm just putting some simple citrus in the cavity of the turkey. The citrus is going to permeate through the turkey just to give it an added flavour. We decided not to stuff our turkey because the stuffing won't allow heat into the cavity and it probably won't cook in time, so I'm not willing to take that risk. I want Emma to get a start on the edible garden, but she also wants to do a chicken ballantine, which is very technical. I know it's a lovely dish, but it is so time-consuming. Now it's time to get started on the pheasant. In with my pheasant, I have parsnips, heirloom carrots, shallots, thyme, rosemary, lots of aroma so it can permeate through the oven and get a nice flavour into this pheasant.
Today I'm making a puff pastry. I need to roll it out as thin as possible, fold it and get it in the fridge to rest, and then repeat that process another 2 times.
We're going to make a squab pie. Feels very medieval. 4 and 20 pigeons baked to the bone.
What are you making?
Puff pastry. We're just doing a little
Puff pastry?
Pigeon pie.
Have you practiced this?
Oh,
Maybe because I'm the bottom of my Portuguese tarts.
Ah. Wouldn't you just make a nice short pastry or a lard kind of pastry?
Well, it's going on top, and while it's resting, I'm able to do other things.
Yeah, but it's a lot of effort. Like, you could make a short pastry really quickly.
Yeah.
Why go the rough puff?
Because we're crazy.
It kind of is. I hate to point out the obvious.
We could have done a short crust pastry and saved us a lot of time, but a short crust pastry has no place on top of a pie.
So can you explain to me the pie? So what do you...
We've got squab, bacon, mushroom, shallots.
Delicious.
And it's going to be just filled with lots of stock and red wine and yumminess.
Right. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Samira, when we've done this, when we've done this, I'm gonna cook him like that, but when we do it, that's
We pin him back.
We pin him back. Because once he's cooked, the beak will open up, all right?
Yep. Next thing I do is stuffing the pheasant, and I'm using whole onions, whole garlic, and I'm talking skins and all.
I love the way you're keeping the head on.
Oh, yes.
True medieval style.
Yeah, we're upset the feet aren't on.
Do you think...
Right, go on, tell us.
Do you think those onions are going to cook?
I do.
Inside the pheasant?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Samira goes, you can't say that to him.
Maybe cut the onions smaller.
She loves Heston.
Oh, Samira.
15 minutes to go, the turkey comes out, and we allow it to rest for 15 minutes.
Well, they say if it runs clear, it's cooked. It's running clear.
All the birds look absolutely magnificent. Now we have to think about presentation.
In medieval cooking, they used to sometimes present these cooked meats as mythical creatures.
Yeah.
And there is one dish where there's a little suckling pig and the roasted chicken sits on the pig with a spear
So we can get
and
that
a shield.
on top of the
You could sit it on the turkey. You see what I mean? Yeah. Oh, turn him round. Look, there's another option.
Oh, we can shove him in the neck. We can shove him in there.
This idea has come up where we're going to place the pheasant on top of the turkey. And Nolene is in her element. She's in heaven.
And give him here. Doing some between here all the way down in with the that one. Beautiful. Done. It's secured.
And it looks really terrific. It's really fitting for the meal that we've prepared.
We've got everything on a plate, which is an amazing effort. But at the same time, presentation is going to be as much as a factor as taste. So looking down at our poultry, it's a worry to me.
Oh, here's the garden. Oh, well done.
Don't drop it. We walk our garden and I look at the garden and it looks amazing. Like, I'm really happy. It looks beautiful.
Oh, here he comes. Just oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
We're walking the birds into the hall and the guests go, wow.
That is just something.
I couldn't be more sure of the fact that we've got this in the bag